I'm dressed as myself because I guess it's better to go outside, period, than dress as a certain character, whatever, have an idea. In the past, I would go out to the woods in normal clothes, and then because I was like comfortable and familiar being in those woods in normal clothes, I would feel a lot more comfortable going out in some kind of costume. Here's my problem right now, among many. It just feels like I just am like, why am I doing this? Because there was a point in time when it felt really fun to me to do it, even if no one else cared, it was fun for me. And for some reason, it doesn't feel fun anymore, and I can't figure out why, and it makes me sad, because like, what do you do when the thing that you like found the most fun like isn't fun anymore? And so now I feel like I have to discover like a new kind of fun. So here, this is just normal, you know, these are my normal clothes. I almost a little bit overdressed. It's a beautiful day. It's like December 7th today. And I think it was like 60. And I'm a little bit warm with the sweater and the flannel. And I left my 35mm in the car, mostly on accident. I had it in my backpack and I was like, you know, I'll just leave my backpack behind. Why would I bring it? I don't need it. And then it's just extra weight that I'm carrying. And it makes me a little nervous because one of the straps is about to fall off. And so I was like, I'll just wear my harness and call it good. And now I only have this lens that isn't bad, but it's like so much more specific because it is an 85, so everything's so much more compressed. So I don't even know if I'm going to get like a bunch of images that I really like. The sun's setting, it's getting lower, so I'm just walking around. I came out here looking for pine trees. I can see some over there through the trees, but I don't know how to get to them. I don't know if the trail I'm on actually takes me to them. I just love pine trees. I want them in my life. And in the past, I used to drive like half an hour to get to a pine tree forest, and I just don't have the patience for that anymore. So that's what motivated me to come out here today. There were pine trees right as soon as the trail started, but I didn't want to stop and film there because I wanted to walk and explore, and I was really hoping I would get to a stand of pine trees before now. So I'm kind of thinking it's a no-go. Unfortunately, I was really excited about this spot, thinking that there might be like accessible pines. So yeah, I guess in many ways it just feels like I'm starting over, I suppose. Like I just don't, part of me wants to shoot film because then it's like, well, then if I take bad images, then it's like cloaked in the idea that it's film. So it's like, it's film, and that's what makes this cool, rather than like having to work on composition and lighting and subject matter and all of those things that like I've just kind of gotten away with not having to think about for a long time, because, you know, I'm telling a story with the character or something like that, rather than telling a story, you know, just with the thing I'm photographing. And so if I'm tired of photographing myself, which I kind of am a little bit, just a little bit. So if I'm photographing new subject matter, then it feels like I have to start all over and like learning that, and that kind of feels depressing because it feels like a long road. So, and then it still comes back to the why, like what am I going to do with these images? I have no idea. I'm going to put them on Unsplash and give them away for free, because otherwise they're just going to sit on my hard drive and I don't know what else to do with them. So here we are. This is where we are, folks. Me just in my normal habitat, just being normal, wandering around the woods, feeling uncreative. Okay, this is the other weird thing. It's like I don't want to tell people this, because then they, like when you're honest with people and then they're sympathetic, and then you're like, why are you being sympathetic for me? Like you shouldn't be. This is so silly. It's so silly. So who knows if I'll even let this video see the light of day. Anyways, I'm gonna start walking back before it gets actually dark on me. I can see the sun setting actively. So I have no idea if this was in focus. And yeah, hope you enjoyed my little thought dump. So yeah, I'm not going to do the thing of like moving the tripod and then like walking past it and then going back and getting it. That's too much work. So I'm just going to pack this up and start walking again, walking back to the car. And hey, at least I've been outside, took a couple photos, and yeah, kind of annoyed that I don't have my other lens, but it is what it is. Maybe I should have just stayed here the whole time. I can just imagine what this spot looks like when the sun is a little bit higher above the tree line. And it's really close to the road, yet hidden from the road, which would be an advantage because, one, I don't like being seen from the road, but like you wouldn't have to walk so far. One of the things that I love about pine trees is how when the sun's setting, they like filter. Maybe it's because they're closer together. Maybe that's what it is. But like you'll get these like sun spots on some of the trees, which they've all faded now. I don't know, something about the way that they filter the light is stunning. I love how tall they are and how the green catches the gold of sunset. And so if you take a photo of pine trees from like farther away at sunset, like everything down at the ground is like darker and not touched by the gold anymore. But then just at the tops of the trees, you'll get this like delightful like dark orange, and that orange and green is my favorite. Look, orange and green. There's just something about it that's so beautiful. I just love it. I love it so much. So I probably will return here. I think this would be a really epic spot. I think that this backdrop here, you know, maybe earlier in the day would be really pretty. Yeah, maybe I'll take a photo or two of myself here just so I can see what it looks like at this time of night, even though this outfit is kind of eh. So just to see like what the light was like, I decided to take some photos of myself, and wow, 10 out of 10, gorgeous light at that spot. So I'm really glad I came out here, and now I have photos of me that look like me, you know, and not all the other versions of me that people never get to meet. You know, I look like the me that is real. So it's been a fun night. It's gorgeous out here. The sunset was gorgeous. Before I took photos, I switched lenses because I had to, and the clouds over there were all pink and lovely. So it's been a lovely evening. I'm so glad I came out here. Why don't I do this more often? I don't know. And now that I know the spot is here, that's quite a bit closer to home, you know, maybe I will. I don't know. I think part of my problem is like I have this whole weird thing about not wanting to do the same thing twice, but it's silly because like that's how you get good. And I think I'm afraid of like being boring or redundant or something like that. So like even as I said that like, oh, I'll come out here, you know, since it's close, I was like, well, yeah, but then I'll just be coming out to this one same spot like all of the time. I don't know. It's such a weird predicament. I just don't know. I don't know what the answer is. And people, like, my friends are like, Melody, we're not bored, keep doing it. But for some reason, I don't, like, quite believe them. And I think deep down, I'm just afraid that they're just humoring me, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, it's getting super dark, so I'm gonna shut this off. I just wanted to say it's a beautiful evening. I'm so glad I came out here. I got some really fun photos of myself. I wish I'd gotten more photos of nature, but I just don't think I like the 85 unless I like having it along, that way if I see like a flower or something like really small, then I can get those like tighter details. But I think for the most part, I really just want the 35 or the 50. So I'm kind of kicking myself for that because I could have probably gotten some cool shots back farther. But yeah. And this is probably the last really beautiful day of the year, so I'm glad I took advantage of it. I keep saying things to like close out the video. Just end the video. That's all. Bye.